Hello, friends. It's ET. Welcome back. It's been a moment. I took about a 2-week break through this Mercury retrograde. Personally, has been very introspective for me, and I really love to go in, you know, and really spend that needed time for oneself. This is a very exciting time. Happy new moon in Virgo, deep in the heart of Virgo. Today is September 14th. We are about a couple of hours, if not, I would say about an hour away from the exact new moon. The other exciting thing is that Venus has now gone direct. So all the past learnings that we have had to go through for the Leo Venus, I should say, transit and retrograde. How many of us got into relationships during Venus retrograde? How many of us reached out to our exes during Venus retrograde? How many of us were reached out to by our exes during Venus retrograde? How many of us ended relationships during Venus retrograde? Tell me in the comments. Give me your hands. So this is normal. It's just typical normal things, you know? If you are very privy and smart and you notice the patterns of the sky and their implications, you can start to protect and fight against some of the things and be wise. But most people are simply living out their astrological influences. And so for the collective, we have gone through and we are still going through, because Venus is now resolving her shadow. For the collective, we have had to really face our relationships, our relationship with self, our relationship with our own creativity, our own inner child, you know, especially with the North Node in Aries. So in order for partnership to work, you know, we both need to come 110% of the time. I'm just kidding. We both need to put in 100%, 110% of our energy, you know? It's not a 50-50 kind of thing. It's like we really do, we need to be all in order for this type of thing to to work and to manifest and to be a healthy situation. So many times partners, people, relationship people, one person is like, you know, showing up in all these ways and maybe the other person isn't. And then the other thing is like, yo, you're dealing with someone who has all this baggage, who has all this conditioning from their family environment, from their friends, from their community, from their culture, from their society, from the media, from ancestors, you know, from past partners, all this baggage, all this stuff. You're not really just dating a person or like getting involved with a person. You're getting involved with them and all of their baggage, all of the entities that they're harboring. Okay, we're all hosts of hosts. We're all carrying so many parasites, millions, bagillions, trillions of parasites that we host. Okay, so you're not just dating them, you're dating them and their parasites. Okay, you're dating legions of dark energy within all of the people. So what you see isn't what you get. You don't know someone until you've seen them behind closed doors. You don't know someone until you've experienced them at 3 a.m. in the effing morning. because that's when the true colors show. That's when the mask is taken off, and now you can see me as I truly am, without the facade, without all the adornments, without my necklace and my nice clothing and all these things. You get to see who I truly am at 3 a.m. in the morning when no one's around behind closed doors. That's the reality of relationships. So Venus retrograde is teaching us this. Venus retrograde has taught us this. And we're still learning. And lucky us, because Mercury's going direct and Venus is now direct, we get the resolution. We get to resolve all of the intellectual things, all of the sensual things, the relationship things. This is our opportunity now to come into the resolution. One moment. So, Mars is officially in Libra, which is kind of a weak spot for Mars because Mars likes to fight and Libra likes to harmonize. So what do? You get some passive aggression. You also get the you get God of War dressed up in a dress, basically. These are weird analogies. I don't know anyone else who's really comparing this transit in this way, but you know, if you understand what I mean, you understand what I mean. If not, you should book a reading with me and I will enlighten you. I will share some information about the planets and your own chart. What do we have to look forward to? Well, we have Venus resolving her shadow the past 6 weeks, and we have Mercury resolving its shadow, him and her, because he is kind of androgynous, which means both sexes, the hermaphrodite. So I think that's a really potent time. September is, you know, it's kind of like setting the stage. It's you know, there's not that much action, but at the same time we have the equinox. We're setting up for such a powerful transition and shift, you know, for what's to come. All the planets are retrograde except for the two hot ones that just turned direct, which is Venus and Mercury. So very introspective time, you know. This is the time to meditate. This is the time to do the inner work. This is the time to really get in on yourself. Sun will be moving into Libra with the equinox. Ooh la la, we all love that, you know. Who doesn't like Libra? I don't know. Libra can be kind of vain, you know, like plastic surgery and whatever, all this stuff that is empty, you know, that won't lead to any kind of fulfillment, but it is somewhat, you know, beauty is power, but then it can also turn, you know, Libra is the most feminine of the masculine signs. So she can get involved in some of the things that are a little, I know I already said vain, but yes, vain and like shallow for the sake of, you know, appearing a certain way or whatever, you know. So I would say that's probably the most negative thing about Virgo. I'm going straight to the most negative thing. The other negative thing, Libra, excuse me. Virgo is not that way at all. That's another story. We're not going to talk about that. The other bad thing about, do you like my ring? It's a mermaid. Did you see? Look at her. She's beautiful. The other thing about Libra, in the negative sense, is that she can have a hard time making a decision. She can have a hard time saying, you know, being direct, because she doesn't want to cause confrontation with anyone. So she's going to want to harmonize with everything and everyone. And it's going to be really hard to make a decision, because when you make a decision, sometimes you piss people off. Sometimes you step on people's toes. It is impossible, Libra, to expect to have everyone like you all of the time. In fact, it's not just impossible, it's actually mentally ill. It's illness. There's no way. And you're gonna have to start to accept yourself and get over it, and allow yourself to be hated. Be polarizing. Allow them to hate you. It's actually kind of fun, you know? Because a lot of times, especially if you're in integrity, now I'm not saying this is the way for everyone all the time, or even for myself. However, we can notice that sometimes if someone is showing up as their authentic self in integrity, then a lot of times what's going to happen is we or they are going to trigger other people, because you're basically shining light in a way that is revealing to other people how they are still holding themselves back, limiting themselves, not being vulnerable, not being authentic. And guess what? It's triggering. It triggers us because this person has integrated and accepted and actualized a certain dynamic that we have not accepted, actualized, integrated within ourselves. So what do? We enormously, we immediately point fingers, blame. I don't like her. I don't like him. I don't like it. I don't like Mercury, because he is this thing, as represents this energy that has gone to a level that I am actually uncomfortable with. So it's much easier for me to demonize that which I'm afraid of than it is for me to say, I have work to do, right? Because when we point, one finger points out and the rest are pointing right back, you know? So it's, it all comes back to the self. And this whole reality, really, it's a matter of perception. So you could show the same thing to two different people, you know, whether they're from different parts of the world or from the same part of the world. And guess what? They're going to interpret it differently. Even though it may mean X, A is going to interpret it as Y, and B is going to interpret it as Z. And both of those are not X. It is actually X. So, you know, you have truth in all these different angles and perspectives, perceptions, you know, and so lots of things, lots of half-truths, you know, a full truth, a half-truth, know the difference, or not, whatever. But the point is by loving yourself, by integrating yourself, by showing up authentically, you're going to create enemies, okay, Libra? And that's okay. It's okay to be not liked. However, that's horrible for Libra. Libra can't stand that. Libra wants to be loved by everyone and everything and have harmony all the way down the aisle forever and ever and ever, happily ever after. And it just ain't going to work like that, girl. It just ain't going to work. You've got to start becoming a little more comfortable standing in your power when conflict arises, and not in a disrespectful way. We can be nice, we can be sweet, we can be polite, and still say, an orange is an orange. I'm sorry, Sam, but what you're holding is a tomato, and that is not an orange. So I would appreciate it if you stop calling it an orange, okay? Horrible example, but you understand what I mean. Okay, back to astrology. What else do we have to look forward to? I mean, Jupiter went retrograde in Taurus, which is super cool. I love that. I love Jupiter in Taurus. I also love Saturn in Pisces. Oh my God, how fun. And another favorite of mine is Capricorn Pluto. You know, this is the last taste we get of it for the rest of our lives, y'all. You won't be alive when Pluto comes back around to Capricorn. So you best enjoy it. It's been super intense. The next 20 years will also be very intense, but we might as well embrace it. So here we are. You know, Neptune went retrograde, so everything's retrograde except for Venus and Mercury. So I honestly feel like this is a great time. And then how beautiful when the sun enters Libra, that's going to put the emphasis on Venus. And Venus is transiting and resolving her shadow in Leo. So that's just so cool. What a powerful time. Good time for relationships. Good time to get creative. Good time to work on the relationship with yourself. Join Star Fairy Club. Allow me to be your astrological mentor. Allow me to be your personal life coach. I'm taking on select people for life coaching. Couple of different tiers, couple of different packages. So many things. Trying to keep it simple. What else? I've been developing a lot of products lately. If you don't know, I run an apothecary called Star Fairy Apothecary. I make all my own medicine for myself, and it's so good that I started sharing it with other people, and they love it too. So now I start making it for other people, and so on and so on, and snowball and snowball. And now I'm at the point where I think I want to just have a very small group of people, because this is extremely personal, and how do you even describe that? It's just like, you know, there's just one person here making medicine for oneself. So when we start getting involved with, now I'm going to be making medicine baskets for people all over the country, plus, you know, all the music I'm involved with, plus Star Fairy Club, which is the astrology side of it. Plus the life coaching that I'm doing, plus the yoga teaching. It's getting insane. So I have to have a very small group of people that I ship to. So if you're interested in joining my Star Fairy Apothecary Club, which is infused with the astrology, it's just, you know, I can read astrology and then basically take your chart and also apply that to earth medicine and custom make packages for you based on your natal chart. It's something I've been doing now for years. I'm super excited to do that for you. So if you're interested in that, shoot me a message on social media. I'm Star Ranger on Facebook, Zenith Mystery School on Instagram. My music page is ET Rainbow Yantra. I'm about to release another record. So stay tuned for that. Any requests? Anything you guys want me to do? Anything you want me to talk about? Trying to think what the fuck else is going on in the sky that I can talk about. I think that's the big one. I think Mercury going direct, Venus going direct, Saturn, you know, retrograding in Pisces. Ooh, I love it. Jupiter retrograding in Taurus. I love it. Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. I love it. Neptune retrograde in Pisces. I love it. It's all good. Uranus is also retrograde. Everything's retrograde except for Mercury and Venus, like I said. So enjoy this time. Let me know if you're interested in life coaching from me. You know, personal one-on-one dynamic for a long period of time. You know, extended times. I think the lowest amount will probably be 3 months. And so that's utilizing all of my gifts for you specifically on an individual, intimate, one-on-one basis, which I absolutely love. I'm absolutely in love with life coaching for people. I never thought that would be a thing. I always felt like that was like oh, so many people are doing this and this is like some kind of fad that is just like, I could never do that because there's so many other coaches and blah, blah. And then it's just like one day it just clicked. It was so good from the get go. So I'm really enjoying that and resonating with that. And so I encourage you, if you feel called, you know who you are, to reach out to me. And I would love to work with you one on one. Besides that, if you're looking for something a little more mild, I'm always open to read astrology, energy work. I teach yoga, tantra, meditation, breath work. You guys, if you haven't already, go listen to all my albums. I actually have more than 5 albums released. I just don't talk about the other ones, and I won't. But I have 5 records published. So go check out Toothless, Amberlion Fairies, Lovers, Seaweed, and Fulfillment. All of those are on my YouTube channel, ET Rainbow Yantra, except for Toothless. That's on Bandcamp. Besides that, let me know if you want to sign up for Star Fairy Club, which is actually 2 divisions now, astrology and earth medicine. So, oh, and I'm also holding ceremony on equinox. So if you're interested in sitting in ceremony with me, please contact me. You can also email me at mikyalemet@gmail.com. And besides that, I'm really excited to be sharing new music with you and working deeper, intimately on a one-on-one basis with people. And I'm excited to get my videos on YouTube rolling again. Thank you guys so much for liking this video, for subscribing to this channel, for supporting me, for supporting Zenith, you know, for leaving a good review on our Facebook page, Zenith Mystery School, for engaging, for, you know, getting a reading from me, for, you know, gifting a box of medicine for yourself or a loved one. I appreciate all of you, and I'm having so much fun doing all of this, and I'm so excited to share more music and more works with you for the future. There's a couple things we're cooking. So namaste, sending you all my love.